Welcome to another episode of Two Touch Podcast. And we just said Game Week 9, isn't it?
Game week number 9.
Game Week number 9. Okay. Before we proceed, do like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know down below. And obviously check out Limitless. And on my side, I guess check out WowNerd, which is WAWNRT. And Slang Clothing, of which I'm wrapping my own today. I'm not wrapping the Poison Red for various reasons, which we're going to get into. But,
Sunderland, Chelsea.
Let's start there.
So, Sunderland, Chelsea. I said it and I'll say it once again. Let's just go back to the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've had various conversations about Chelsea, the business they did over the summer, which a lot of people tend to agree it wasn't the best for the amount of money that they spent and the players that they got.
Yeah.
They should have went for more established.
It was a bit underwhelming.
Yeah, it's a bit underwhelming considering how much was spent. But for me, they should have went for more established players. Obviously, they've had this philosophy of
I was going to say it's been their philosophy to buy young and develop. But then Chelsea don't really tend to develop, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Chelsea tend to buy up-and-coming talent,
potential,
develop them or send them on loan somewhere, they do well, and then they sell them off for a higher price. For me, it's not really worked over the past couple of years.
Not really.
Yeah, people could point to the Club World Cup, people could point to the Conference League win.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want to be challenging for the upper echelons of like world football, you need
old heads.
Yeah, you need better. So
you need better, and I think you need old heads. You can't always rely on potential.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's true. But ultimately, I feel like, honestly, dude, do you remember? Like, I think we did on one of the episodes, we were talking about the dark horses.
Yeah, dark horses.
Dude, I didn't think Sunderland are actually gonna I had them as my dark horses, thinking, you know what, the games that I'd seen in the past, I was thinking, they played reasonable football, and then they actually bought, like we just saw about Chelsea, they bought experience, and yes, maybe some youngers here and there, but I didn't think they'd be top four.
And for me, like Sunderland, I said it to you when we were doing the preview show before we started in the summer. I was like, Sunderland, it could go either way. They could do a Nottingham Forest, when Forest bought all them players after getting promoted. Nothing happened and nearly went down.
Actually, they almost got relegated.
Yeah, nearly got relegated. So, or it could go the other way. Yeah. And they could do like a Bournemouth or Brentford when they first came up. Yeah. And they did really well for a season. But for me, Sunderland are they're my third team, man. I like Sunderland.
How many teams? This brother's going to be going through all the teams. Like, this is my 15th team, you know.
Every year, I have to have like a third team. You know, that team that no one really talks about, but you just like watching them. Yeah. Crystal Palace have been that team for me.
I was going to say that. Like for me, I'd say, I guess it has been Crystal Palace, but by default, it's also because like the homie over here, who's part of Slang Clothing, he's a Palace fan, so by default, I just gotta keep an eye on them, see how they're doing over there.
No, of course. But just in terms of Sunderland, one bit of business that they did, that's probably one of the best signings of the summer window, is Granit Xhaka.
Yeah.
So when we do our our best signings of the season,
I think he's on the list. He's on the list because he's wearing the armband as well. He's not just.
They didn't mess about. They literally said like they brought him in. And it was like, this is our captain now. The guy who was the captain previously.
He's
gone.
Yeah, because they're like, you know what, because Xhaka has experience, he's won a trophy here and there. To be fair, he's won a couple at Leverkusen, so like it's like, you know what, this is going to be the figurehead.
Yeah, and he's got that dog in him as well,
Dude, at Arsenal, sometimes they probably thought he had too much dog in him, but that's the thing, he's one of those players that plays with heart. He doesn't leave anything on the pitch, and he never really lacks. Yes, maybe like he's borderline in that sort of Henderson realm.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not the prettiest on the ball, not this and that, but they're gonna put on a shift, and they don't lack. But now, fair play to Sunderland, man. And to be fair, I think it was an entertaining game.
Yeah, it was a good
game. Considering that Chelsea were at home, because am I correct in saying Sunderland lost to United?
Yeah, so Sunderland lost to United previously, but it was
United were playing at home.
Yeah.
And I said to you, I feel like playing at the Theatre of Night. What's it?
Theatre of Dreams.
Yes, I feel like playing over there got to their heads a little bit. That they lost their cool and they just overthought everything. Do you remember that game? Yeah, because they didn't look like themselves. Because even the chances they missed, it was like, really?
Yeah, I think obviously going into that game, the formation that Sunderland usually play, They went against that. And then obviously in the second half, they reverted back to that.
Yes, and
as
that's
the
when they
game went
started
on,
creating.
they decided, United didn't really create too many
Yeah.
chances.
So now in this game, I feel like they're just like, you know what, we're gonna stick to our principles
Yeah.
and let's go at them, because that's what I mean. Though it's Stamford Bridge, you wouldn't expect that. You'd actually expect, you know what, Chelsea are gonna win. Light
But
work.
my thing with Chelsea, it's always Maresca's substitutions sometimes do not make sense to me. His subs are very underwhelming, and when the players that he does bring on, sometimes they don't make sense. Because obviously everyone's going to say, oh, Garnacho, but Garnacho, he scored a goal, his confidence was up.
Yeah, it was up. It was quite early in the game as well.
So they took him off, I think, like an hour into the game, and it just didn't make sense around about that time. And the defence, I've said it, I'll say it again. Chelsea have prioritised the attacking positions more than prioritising the foundation of a team, which is the defence and the goalkeeper. Okay.
Yeah, because I thought they were meant to get a new keeper. All the signs were there. The past, 2-3 years actually, not even just past year. It's just been obvious that get a new keeper, but it's like, no, we trust this keeper.
I don't know what's going on, but I don't really want to blame the goalkeeper
No.
I'm
not blaming the keeper. I'm just saying in general.
In terms of defence, it's just, it's not it. And a lot of people say Badiashile won. He can't play more than 3 games.
But
Fofana, always injured.
Yeah.
I think Achipong is still young. And we'll see.
Chalobah.
I don't know about Chalobah. He's a bit. He's inconsistent.
Yeah, he's inconsistent, because right now I was going to say, I'm not sure if Chalobah is punching above his weight or has been punching above his weight.
He should be a team like Crystal Palace.
But he was there, and then he was doing really well. I feel like that was very good for his progression. But now the limelight is there. It's like,
and you play for Chelsea, it's 24/7. Whatever you do, any move you do, any mistake you make, it's like highlighted.
Yeah.
And tossing as well, I don't think he's Chelsea's level. I'm sorry, but he should be playing back at Fulham, a team like that.
But Chelsea always tell us that now, like, Reece James is back, is doing this and that. He is back.
Yeah.
But because, like, I noticed, actually, this is something that I noticed in, I think it was the Champions League or the week before, whereby he was playing both right backs, whereby they were switching because Gusto was at midfield at times, and then sometimes dropping back. It's like, I don't understand what's going on in Chelsea. And my hypothesis is, I feel like Maresca has that syndrome that Arteta had when maybe his first 2-3 years at Arsenal, whereby they would stand up against the bigger teams, but against the smaller teams, I think it's almost like, I don't know if I want to call it complacency, or it's just like, it's almost like he doesn't DP too much. It's like, you know what, we'll get by these lot, but then the big games he'll be on point. Because you've seen him, like the game they played us, he was on it, making sure everything's being done. But then Sunderland come through, he's a bit more chilled and nice.
I think they thought that it was going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think they kind of underestimated Sunderland, but I think with Maresca, if Chelsea are really ambitious, they'll sack him and they'll go and give Luis Enrique whatever he wants.
What, PSG? You really think someone can get him out of PSG?
Yeah. Everyone's got a price, my friend. Everyone's got a price.
Honestly?
Everyone's got a price. You know, managers are like players. Or sometimes...
To a certain extent.
Sometimes, if you want to call it... When you're in the talking stage with a female, and it's going rosy, but you think, you know what, I can actually do better.
Yeah.
I've done what I've done.
Or you can't deal with the stress or whatever at this
moment.
Yeah,
I've hit the ceiling. And now I need a new challenge. Let me go and find someone else who will take me to that next level.
Someone who's a better fit or a better suit.
Exactly.
But see, that's the thing. I don't think, and like I'm being legit, not even Barcelona, I don't think anyone can get him out of PSG. The reason for that, I feel like it's too sweet over there for him, in the sense of it's almost a stress-free living, because even the owners that trust on his process, everyone is singing from the same sort of sheet. Yeah, exactly. And they just bagged the Champions League.
If he wins it again this season, I think he's done whatever he set out to achieve. That's it. Have you ever played manager?
Yes, yes, I have. That's the only way he would leave if he feels like, I've done everything here. It's almost like Pep at Bayern Munich, because it was my job here is done. I've done what I came here to do.
Pep at Barcelona as well.
Exactly, and I don't think he's the manager to just leave like that. In my opinion, I don't see Enrique being one of those managers. However,
I think everyone's got a price. It's like manager mode, if you've played it in the past, people, you do season 1, that's your build-up season. You get everything in place, your signings, get them settled, and you try and win the league. If you don't win the league, season 2, you know what you need to do. But see, that's the thing, for PSG, that's written, they're always going to win the... Exactly.
Unless you took, because Tuchel did,
they've gone through a period when they've not won the league when they should be winning. So then season 2 comes, you win the league in season 2. Season 3, you think, okay, Champions League now. Let's go in and let's win the league and Champions League. You win that. Then what? You try to retain the Champions League. I think if he retains it this season, I think he's done. His work is done. There's nothing else to do.
But do you think he's one of those managers that would come in the Prem to the Prem? Because
he's one of the reasons in the Prem as well.
That's what I mean. Do you think he's one of those that would come to the Prem? Because when I look at him, and also when I look at how the media is over here, I don't think he can be asked with all that.
He's one of them managers.
But competition could bring him.
And that's what I mean. He's probably seen the landscape of the Premier League now. It's not the best at the moment, I'll be honest with you. The quality, it's not all that. If he doesn't go to Chelsea, I see him going to City, replacing Pep.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, I see him going there. But for me, if Chelsea are brave and Chelsea are ambitious enough, they should cut the losses and obviously get rid of Maresca and get someone else in.
But then again, we're saying all this about Maresca, but at the same time, we come back to their recruitment. So it's not entirely Maresca's fault, because their recruitment, especially when it comes to defenders, it hasn't been great.
And that boards the question again. Summertime, Matt Guerhi is a product of Chelsea's youth academy.
Yeah.
So how's Matt Guerhi not even been in the conversation? I don't know.
We're not there. He should have been.
How come he's not been in the conversation to re-sign for Chelsea? Because that would have made sense.
Yeah.
England international.
He should have been, because
Premier League proven. Why is he not in the conversation?
Yeah, that one is a weird, and especially since he also knows Chalobah.
Yeah.
They've been playing together. They played together at Palace as well. No, to be fair. When you say that, I thought they were gonna go in for him, unless Maguire himself said, "Nah, I don't want to go there."
But still, even if he says that, you need to start looking, because that defence, they know they've got injury-prone defenders. They've got Fofana, can't shoot 2 games together.
That back line is
very
fragile.
2 games
Dude, even Reece James, I know I keep mentioning him a couple of times. No, that's because Chelsea players rate him as the best right back, but his injury record isn't the greatest. So that back line, what I'm getting is the back line, there's not going to be any consistency.
Yeah, and they should take a leaf out of Arsenal's book, I think. Arsenal, I told you, I think previous episode I said, Arteta started with the foundation.
Yeah.
He built the foundation on the goalkeeper.
He thought, let me not concede a lot of goals.
So goalkeeper, got in a new goalkeeper. He was ruthless with it as well. Got rid of Ramsdale, he was ruthless. Got in Raya. Defence, he fought Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White, got rid of Ben White, and now he's not even starting anymore. He went and got Timber.
Yeah, he went and got
Left
Timber.
back,
Yeah.
Miles Skelly came through.
But arguably that's just depth.
Yeah,
they got Calafiori, and then I swear Hincapié is over there as well.
Hincapié, I don't know if he's played a game yet. But
no, not yet.
Hincapié is there as well. So Arteta, as much as everyone criticises him in terms of being defensive, defence win you titles. So
well, we had to see it.
Yeah.
But no, ultimately, I thought it was an interesting game, and the fact that Sunderland actually came back in that game, because like I said, Chelsea, it looked like a walk in the park. They scored early. Yeah. You would have thought, you know what, it's going to be a comfortable game, but it wasn't. But you happy for Garnacho scoring?
Garnacho's Garnacho, innit? I'll be honest with you, one thing I've noticed about Garnacho since obviously moving to Chelsea, he started to go on the outside a little bit more.
Yeah.
Something that
and then cut it back.
Cutting it back. At United, I don't know if it's because he was instructed to always come inside. I hardly saw Garnacho. If you look at his earlier years when he first broke into the team, he was going on the outside.
Yeah.
Okay, but as the years went on and as he developed, always kept going inside.
Do you think that was down to what United needed? Because it was almost like at Chelsea, he knows that, yes, he can score, but there's other players that can score. So it's not like he has to get the final touch, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas at United, it was like, well, if I don't, who will? Hence why he just relied on cutting in and shooting.
Yeah.
Because almost every time he'd cut in and shoot, cut in and shoot. But then at Chelsea, you're seeing variations to his game. I'm not saying... Yeah,
No, sorry, you're saying.
no, I'm not saying he's playing the sickest, but it's actually quite nice to see some sort of, yes, refreshing to see some sort of development. Like, you know what, he's mixing up his games. Sometimes he'll take him down the lines and then ping it back, or he will try shoot.
Yeah, and for me, it comes down to coaching as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what instructions he had when he was playing at United, whether to come inside all the time. And plus, if you look at when he was playing for United, him coming inside was probably more of a hindrance for Højlund, for example, because Højlund, we all know he can't hold the ball. So if you're coming inside and pinging it into him and he can't hold the ball, you're best off going outside, okay, and try and give him that chance to obviously have a tap.
Yeah, and to be fair, tapping, especially on his left foot, it's just coming, like, you know what, you're right, but like you said, maybe it was coaching. Or maybe the coaching was, you know what, when it gets there, just do your thing. Then he takes it, it means I'm the main man.
And that's the thing, I think at Chelsea, it's kind of, do you know when you walk into a brand new school and you're a bit shy, just trying to work everything out? I think it's a hint of that. And it's a hint of him as well saying, yo, like, this is what I can do, because the competition...
These are the principles here.
Yeah, and because the competition for starting spot is pretty high at the moment, so... Yeah, it's one of them things, but we'll see.
Do you think they're missing Cole Palmer?
You said to me, oh, they look better without Cole Palmer.
No, I did. No, I did. Okay, here's the thing. The reason why I said that, there's certain games that you don't need your main man, but you need to work as a team. And then there's certain games whereby you need your maverick. If that makes sense? Like there's a balance to it.
My opinion on that, in terms of certain games, I think like when you're playing the harder teams, like I say your Cities, your Arsenal, Liverpool, you need to be a little bit more defensive in terms of your approach. And with Palmer, he seems to be all, I won't say all over the place, because that's doing...
He has the license to flow.
Yeah, so he's like...
So there's not much defensive responsibility.
Yeah, so he's got the license to roam about, and obviously he's not got a stick position when it comes to playing in that role where he plays for Chelsea on a regular basis. So I think against a bigger team, they are forced to play a little bit defensive. Yeah. Because they don't want to concede.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it works out better if he's not on the pitch. Yeah. But then against the so-called smaller teams, you need that player that you know what, these players can't really touch him, if you know what I mean. Of course. So yeah, I think they low-key miss him for these types of games. Yeah. I'm not saying he's a flat track bully, but I'm just saying in general, this is where you see, like, you know, they really do miss him. They can't just get it over the line without him just by playing as a team. But at the same time, like, Garnacho managed to score a goal. But I think, I mean, we're saying all this, but fair play to Sunderland. I mean, we did start on them, but...
Just last time on Chelsea, for me, Chelsea, this is probably their best chance of winning the league.
I don't think so.
The reason why I say that, if you look at all the teams at the moment, in the top 4, top 5, 7, whatever you want to call it, the big teams this season, again, have not been performing. Yeah. If Chelsea were consistent in terms of their performance and in terms of the results, they could have been in the conversation with Arsenal at the moment. Because if you look at the games that have lost, Sunderland, who else did they lose to? They lost to United. Yeah, they beat us. Due to ill discipline. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that Crystal Palace, they were lucky to get a draw. But come on, if you're playing Crystal Palace at home, I'm expecting. I know Palace are tough, but I'm expecting you to get something out of that. Yeah, Chelsea, like, even their wins, their games have just been weird. Yeah. Like, I said to you, there's something wrong with Chelsea. Yeah, you know how you told me about Liverpool? Yeah. There's something wrong with Chelsea. So. Yeah, but see, like, just to end on Chelsea, I know you made your final statement, but it's funny because certain elements of it we kind of predicted, because I said Chelsea would struggle in the league. Yeah. However, in the Champions League, they're going to show us different. Yeah. And midweek, they did a better job than they did on the weekend. Yeah. Granted, they played against 10 men. But see, this is the other thing that I find with the Chelsea games. It's like, why is it always just red cards, either for them or the other team? It's just always just ill-discipline from someone. Like, because I swear Maresca's now
banned for maybe for a game or
Starts
two.
from the manager down to the players. The manager is enough about Chelsea cases. But every time I think about them, they just frustrate me, bro. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Okay.